Welcome to Math Companion. Now we are going to solve this quadratic equation from the e exponentials. All right, now in the first case here, we have 3 to power 2x plus 1, which can be written as 3 to power 2x multiplied by 3 to power 1 plus 10 multiplied by 3 to power x plus 3 is equals to 0. Now, because we have 3 to power x, we want to interpret it. What does it really mean? Now, 3 to power 2x, it also means 3 to power x and then squared. Therefore, we are going to say let 3 to power x be equals to m. Now, instead of 3 to power x, therefore, we are going to have m squared. Now, it was 3 to power x times 3, so which means m squared times 3 is 3m. Then plus 10 times 3 to power x is the same as 10m, and plus 3 is equals to 1. Sorry, is equals to 0. Now, this is clearly a quadratic equation, so we are going to look for two numbers. When we add, we are going to get 10. But when we multiply these two numbers, we are supposed to be getting 9. 9 comes as a result of 3 times 3 here. This 3 multiplied by 3, which is 9. But when we add, we should be able to get 10. All right, the numbers are actually 1 times 9. It gives you 9, but when you add, you get 10. Therefore, rewriting the quadratic equation again, we are going to get 3m squared plus m plus 9m plus 3 is equal to 0. Then we are going to factorize this. So 3m squared plus m is common, we have it outside the bracket, then which is equals to 3m plus 1. And then over here we have 9m plus 3, so 3 is common here. We have it outside the bracket, then 9m divided by 3, you get 3m. And then 3 divided by 3, you are going to get it's equals to 1, which is equals to 0. All right, so combining this, we are going to have m plus 3 and 3m plus 1. It's equals to 0. And therefore, the solutions for this, we are going to get m plus 3 is equals to 0, and therefore m is equals to negative 3. And 3m plus 1 is equals to 0, so 3m is equals to negative 1, and therefore m is equals to negative 1 over 3. So we have these two solutions. Now let us do the analysis of the solutions. Now clearly we did a substitution. We said 3 to power x is equals to m. What it means is that this exponent, the whole power here, there is no way the solution can be negative. Actually, if I have a to power n, the solution must always be greater than or equal to 0. But now, in this case, we are getting three solutions for 3 to power x. They are negative 1 and negative 1 over 3, which is not possible. Therefore, we can conclude these two are not the right answer. And therefore, we can say in this case, there is no real solution. No solution. All right, let's look at the next question. It's just exactly the same concept as the first one. Now here we have 2 to power 2x multiplied by 2 to power 1 minus 33. All right, then this 33 is multiplied by 2 to power x divided by 2 to power 1. So divide by, so I can put it over 2 to power 1. Because we have a minus over there, it means it is division. Then plus 4, it's equals to 0. All right, now again we are going to make a substitution. We're going to say let 2 to power x be equals to m. Therefore, if 2 to power x is m, then 2 to power 2x is simply m squared. This is going to be m squared times 2, so which is 2m squared, minus 33 times m, which is 33m divided by 2, all right, plus 4 is equals to 0. You multiply by 2 throughout to get rid of the denominator. So we are going to multiply by 2 here, by 2 here, everywhere by 2, and even here by 2. So let me put 2 here. So 2m squared times 2 is going to be 4m squared minus this 2, and that 2 cancels out. We're going to remain with 33m. And 4 times 2 is going to be equal to 8, which is equals to 0 times 2 is 0. Now, we are going to look for two numbers. When we multiply, we are going to get 32. So 32 is the number that we are considering. When we multiply, we get 32. But when we add, we get negative 33. So the numbers are negative 1 and negative 32. Now, we are going to rewrite the equation again. So 4m squared minus 32m minus m plus 8 is equals to 0. Now we do factorization here, and 4 is common for between 4 and 32. 4 is common, so you have 4 and m. Actually 4m is common, so 4m into brackets 4m squared divided by 4m, you get m, minus 32 divided by 4m, you are going to get 8. All right, so what is common on the other side, on the next bracket, is negative 1 into brackets m minus 8, which is equals to 0. All right, so 4m minus 1 and m minus 8 is equals to 0. Now, getting the solutions for m. For m minus 1 is equals to 0, which means for m is equals to 1, and therefore m is equals to 1 over 4. The next one is 8 minus, m minus 8 is equals to 0, therefore, which is m is equals to 8. So these are the two solutions for m. But remember, our m was as a result of a substitution of 2 to power x. So 2 to power x is equals to 1 over 4, which is 4 raised to power negative 1, which is also the same as 2 to power negative 2. Therefore, 2 to power x is equals to 2 to power negative 2. Cancelling the 2, our x will be equals to negative 2 as the first solution. Then next here we are going to have 2 to power x is equals to 8, which means is 2 to power 3, and therefore 2 to power x is equals to 2 to power 3. You cancel out the 2's because the bases are the same, hence the next answer is x is equals to 3. Alright, those are the two solutions for x. Well, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and click the notification button to get updated of every new and interesting mathematics questions we keep posting. Have a great day.